Hey everybody, welcome back to another edition of James Draws Everything, and today we are continuing in our series where we're drawing the big boys of baseball. Not the heavy hitters, the big boys. And you probably say, James, heavy hitters was right there. How come you didn't use that for a title? Well, because then I wouldn't be able to draw today's topic, today's subject, Mr. Rod Beck. Rod Beck was a relief pitcher, played for the Giants starting in 91, picked up by the Cubs in 98, Red Sox in 99, before finishing off with the Padres in 03 to 04. Sadly, Rod Beck is no longer with us. He did pass away in 2007, likely due to a drug overdose. Dude lived hard, partied hard. And what is it, James, about Rod Beck that made you want to draw him? Well, when it comes to big boys, Rod Beck he's one of the best, probably. He's got the mullet, he's got the stash, he's got everything as far as like your white trash kind of redneck baseball player. He's often quoted as saying that I've never seen anybody go on the DL for pulled fat. Usually when you're injured, it's pulled hamstring, pulled groin, pulled bicep. Nope. That's why Rod Beck stayed fat, because nobody ever injured their fat in the history of baseball. So yeah, got some of that mullet in there. And I'm going to draw him in his Cubs uniform because Mr. Beck stated that was probably the most fun he had in baseball, was when he was playing for the Cubs. And Rod Beck absolutely had a legendary mustache and mullet combo. With John Kruk, he was probably, you could tell maybe there's like a good looking guy buried underneath all that fat somewhere. Not with Rod Beck. Rod Beck is about as redneck looking as it comes, and that's why we're drawing him, because this guy just looks cool. Alright, so I'm just going to get my Cubs logo in there, and we'll go ahead and detail that after the fact. Rod Beck, nicknamed the Shooter, was always known as kind of a blue-collar guy. Lived in a Winnebago, 36-foot Winnebago. And he kind of looks like, he looks like the kind of guy. Actually, let me just draw these. I don't know if I need to draw the pinstripes. We'll hold off on that. Alright, so let me just kind of put where I want my C to be for the Cubs. And we're going to start doing our colors here. We can just start off with the red of the Cubs logo first, because that's pretty much the only thing that's going to be red in this particular drawing. And Rod Beck actually slimmed down a little bit towards the end of his career. Got down to about 230. I'm not sure exactly how heavy he was at his heaviest. But a lot like Kruk, he was a baseball player, not an athlete. Kind of looks like the kind of guy you'd see chewing the filters off his Marb Originals, or Marb Reds, killing a 12-pack, a Coors Banquet before noon, while he's sitting on the trunk of his pickup truck blasting some Ted Nugent. Rod Beck, redneck looking guy. Okay, so we got our Cubs logo, and I'm just going to finish that off with some navy blue here. And I want to use the fat side of the marker for that. And Beck You know, unfortunately, again, he died pretty young. He was only, I believe, 38 when he died in 2007. And again, it was likely a drug overdose. I think that has been confirmed. He partied hard, lived hard. But everyone who knows him said, a great guy to be around. Life of the party, Rod Beck. And just look at that mullet. Look at the mullet on this guy. He's obviously a party guy. Alright, so we'll get the brim of his hat there. And I just got to remember with the Cubs logo here, the C, just outline that with some white first. Okay. And my shadow is going to be on this part of his hat. So I'm just going to do that first with the fat side of the blue marker here. And there's kind of the seam in the hat. Okay. So now that we got the dark parts in, just go over that with some light, and then we'll just work it up to be dark as we go. Okay, and then he's got his shirt underneath where his jersey comes to a point there, so we'll just kind of color that in. That'll just be solid blue. Okay, and for his skin color, I'm just going to start off with my orange here, and then just let me get a little bit lighter of a blue for his eyes. And then I just want to get a brown and maybe another orange for that sweet mullet and stash combo he's got. Okay, so we'll do his eyes. When I do eyes, I like to do the color of the eye first. So just some blue circles there. And I like to leave a little bit of like a white dot, so I don't give it like a full circle with the black, just to give the eyes some character. So that'll work. And then with the mustache and the hair, just gonna do the lightest color first, and that's a sweet stash. Hit that mullet coming out the back. Dude had a hell of a mullet. Yeah, it looks a lot like Kruk, but Kruk's even more a redneck brother or cousin. Okay, so now I have where I want the dark parts of the hair to be. So now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to make his ears here, and the top part of the eyeball is always going to be the darkest, and then just kind of get those shadows underneath his eyes. And the light source is coming from this way, so this side of the bridge of his nose is going to be darker. He's got a real dark kind of spot there where his cheeks are, and same on the other side. Alright, and then we can just make his ears over here, and then just kind of underneath his chin start giving him some shadows. And then let me just erase my pencil lines here. Yeah, he's got a very round face. And then his bottom lip underneath that big stash. A little bit of a butt in his chin there. Now I'm just gonna kind of just do some real light lines on the contours of his face. And then again, the shadows are going to be more pronounced on this side, the left side, if you're looking at it from my point of view. Okay, it's coming together. Alright, so that's pretty much it as far as his skin tone goes. And for his Cubs jersey here. And I know I said that Beck, he played for a few different teams. He did say that he enjoyed playing for the Cubs the most. Big reason why I wanted to draw him as a Cub is because of the pinstripes. Pinstripes really accentuate the fat because they wrap around it, so you got to kind of make them contour around his body here. They're not just straight down. Okay, so just want to get, and this is like a sleeve over here, so we're kind of going off the page a little bit. Okay, and then his chest over here kind of comes down like that, and then his arm, and then there's like another fold there where the arm meets his chest. Alright, so that's Rod Beck. And now I'm just gonna keep this blue and do just some little shadows there real quick. Again, I usually use blue if I have to shadow something that's white, and then I might go over that again with like a gray. Alright, so it's a little bit darker behind his little Cubs logo there. Alright, and then let me just clean off these lines. Okay, so now we're gonna work on his face a little bit more. I'm just gonna hit some of the more the skin tone parts with this color. And Rod Beck, I think he definitely liked to party. He liked to drink. So we're gonna give him a little bit of red in that face. So just take the fine line, make his lips a little red on the bottom there, a little bit into the chin, his cheeks, kind of above his eyes a little bit. And while I'm in here, I'm going to take my brown, I'm going to start darkening that mustache a little bit. So the real dark part's over here on the bottom, and it kind of just comes around. Doing real quick kind of scribbles there, just to give it the look of hair. Okay. And we can just kind of go back in and darken up those eyelids a little bit. And let's see here, I'm just going to take some of this bright orange and just make parts of his face where it's kind of red, like in his cheeks. Hit that with some more orange. Make his nose kind of just blending right now. Alright, and then I can probably, I'm not going to take a real dark brown. I'm going to take this one and just hit that with some more fine lines, just to shadow that in a little bit. All right, and then maybe just hit some of his pinstripes a little bit more with that blue. Kind of fatten those up. then to add some shadows to his face, I'm going to work with my purple a little bit more here. Just kind of go over the parts that I want to be darker, like the real dark parts. Again, purple's pretty good for that when you're working with a skin tone. Just kind of loop around his nose a little bit. Again, he's got a hat on, so you want underneath the hat to have some shadow. And then maybe I'll just blend some of that color with this. Alright, now I'll take my dark brown and just add a little bit more as far as my shadows go. Work on that mustache a little bit more. Shadows for the neck there. Now where I got most of my color where I want it to be, I'm going to take my pen. Actually, let's see here. I want to use my 0.3 and then just really start darkening up some of the eyebrows there. Underneath that lip. That mustache. Okay, he's getting there. Rod Beck, he was on the ballot for the Hall of Fame the year after he died. Because he died, there's an exception to the rule there. Didn't make it in. And we'll just kind of make those eyes a little bit darker on the top there. Give him a couple folds here on the bottom. And just kind of work that nose out a little bit more. And let's see, I'm just going to take my flesh tone, blend those a little bit more. Alright, and I'm going to give them a little bit of a background here. So I'm just going to take, just like I did with Crook, just kind of give them a little sketchy background. This photo that I'm drawing from was probably from like a promo, like a baseball card or something, or a program. So it's just like a generic like kind of photo backdrop. So hit that with some blue, and then maybe use another blue. Just give it a little bit more depth. Bring some of those lines right up to the edge of his face. Good old trailer park Rod Beck, one of the big boys of baseball, redneck hero, gone too soon. Let's just see if there's anything else we got to draw on there. Probably take that purple and just go over some of those final shadows on that side of his face, kind of under the chin a little bit, under the neck. Alright everybody, another one of the big boys of baseball. This is Rod Beck, and you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video.